Hello, everyone. This is Southern Belle Whisper. I hope you all are doing well this evening. It is time for our celebratory Q&A video. Just in case you did not see my community post or did not watch the video where I mentioned it, at this point in time, we are celebrating 1,810 subscribers. That is insane to me. When I made this channel, it's going to be 13 years in December, I never would have dreamed that I would reach 1,800 subscribers. Never. I just knew how special this community was going to become, and I was right, and I wanted to be a part of it. And the thought that my channel makes a difference in some way, it really humbles me, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who have taken a chance on this channel, and all your lovely comments and all your support. You guys have been here with me through everything, through my separation, through my marriage, through my divorce, through sickness, through health. I might as well just be married to my channel. My channel is my baby. You guys know that. So thank you all so much for supporting my channel. Bless you all. So, also thank you to my good friend, best friend, Jay, for letting me borrow his tripod for this video. I was literally using this to hold up my phone the last couple videos because I broke my favorite tripod. And so I was literally using this to hold my phone up. And he was like, I have a tripod you can borrow if you want to borrow it. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. So grateful for that. Thank you, Jay, so much. So let's get to the questions, because there is a good amount of questions. And thank you all for the questions. There are some really, really good questions in this video. So okay, the first question is from Nobody's Wife ASMR. And she asked, do you have side effects of the weight loss medication? If so, what are the side effects? If you guys didn't know, I'm on a diet medication called Phenermine. And I've been on it almost 2 years. And I've lost almost 60 pounds, so I can't really knack it. Now, when I first started taking it, yes, I did have, it made my heart race a little bit and headaches sometimes. But now that I'm used to it, other than I told you guys, I hit like 290 and I couldn't lose any more. And my doctor told me that would happen. He was like, you might hit a certain weight and not be able to lose any more weight. So I had to get on a weight loss vitamin. It's like a gummy that I take every day, and that helps with the Phenermine plus the vitamin. Helps so much. I am down to 292 as we speak. So, not that bad of side effects at all, really. Just my heart racing a little bit and headaches at the beginning. But now, no side effects. Thank you for your question. She is one of my devoted subscribers. She's always commenting on all my videos. So thank you, Nobody's Wife ASMR. Okay. From Jeannie717, and this is along the lines of my weight loss journey, what is your most helpful weight loss tip? Most important is stay active, because like I told you guys, I hit a certain weight and I couldn't lose any more weight. So you gotta stay active. You gotta go on walks, go swimming, do anything where you're getting your heart racing a little bit to help the medication if you're on a medication. Eat right. You will not lose any weight if you're on a diet medication and you're still eating chips and chocolate like I did today. Bad Kelly. Yeah, you can't do that. So you have to eat right and you have to stay active. And she also wants to know, do I keep a weight loss journal? No, I do not. But I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why I do not keep a weight loss journal, considering I journal every single day. So that's actually a really good idea. I might start doing that. Do you still shop at the Goodwill you used to work at sometimes? Now that I've been out of work, I was stupid with my money, you guys. Like with Jay, he has like a $500 cushion that, but with me, I like spent everything, and that was a big lesson for me. It sucks being out of work and not having no money. But when I do start working again, yes, I have gone to shop at the same Goodwill that I worked at, because the managers work in the back, so they don't know that I'm there anyways. And my coworkers are always like, oh my gosh, Kelly, it's so nice to see you. And they always give me hugs and stuff, so I'm like... And the last question she asked was, do you think David watches your videos? No, I do not. And on the topic of David, because I know you guys, some of you guys are all for the David talk. Yesterday, I just started realizing that it was bad for my mental health to like him so much. And so, yesterday, I told him how I felt. Yes, I did. And just in case my ex still watches my videos, I just told him how I felt. Nothing that can go against our divorce or anything like that. I just wrote him this big message about how I liked him and why I liked him. And I can tell you guys this much. It was the sweetest letdown by a man that I've ever had in my life. He was very sweet about it. He said that I'm a good friend, and that he knows that God has a plan for me, that he just knows it, but that he's been talking to somebody. And he said that he was sorry, that he didn't feel the same way. And I left it at that. I told him, I said, no need to be sorry. But it was cool how, because we had gotten to the point where we didn't even talk to each other. And I was like, man, if anything, I miss talking to him. I miss the long conversations we used to have about our religion. So I'm like, I'm going to rip off this Band-Aid and just tell him how I feel. And yesterday about 2 o'clock, I told him how I felt. And we talked until I fell asleep at 8 o'clock. That was one of the longest conversations we've had ever. And I think it really helped that I just got it out there about how I felt about him. I think it really did help. And he was so sweet about it, you guys. Like, that was just the sweetest letdown. But it's okay. I still like him. You guys know I've liked him for months. And that's going to take some time for me to get out of that mindset of you like David. It's going to take some time. You guys know I still like him. So, but it's okay. It's okay. I went into it thinking, as long as we're still friends, that's all I care about. And it didn't make things weird or awkward. And we're still friends, and that's all that matters to me. So, no, I don't think he watches my videos. Okay, the next question is from Swirlybug 2.0. I love her. What are some places you want to visit on your bucket list in the U.S.? Well, me and my niece and her cousin actually have a trip planned for 2027, December 2027. We were supposed to go in 2026, but I've had a hard time finding a job, and then I had to get a car, and then I had to move out here, and it's just not the right time. But we want to go to New York City for Christmas, and for the month of December when everything's decorated for Christmas, and that has been at the top of my bucket list all my life. So the fact that they wanted to make this happen for me. And the fact that I'm going with 2 people that have already been there, it's nice. It's really nice. My best friend, who's been there like 5 times, she was a little mad. I'm not gonna lie. She thought we were going together. And I was like, well, I mean, I always planned to go with my niece first. But she was kind of upset. And I hated that I upset her. But I always told her that for my first trip, I wanted it to be me and my niece. But she was pretty upset, I'm not gonna lie. But New York City, definitely at the top of my bucket list. Me and Jay have talked about, vacationing places. He loves to vacation. He said he used to go by himself, but I can tag along anytime I want to. In the U.S., I used to say Colorado, but now that I'm not a weed smoker anymore, there's nothing really there. I'd love to see the Grand Canyon. Where's the Grand Canyon? Is that Arizona? The Grand Canyon. Oh man, I would love to see it though, whichever state it's in. I'm not a very geographic girl. Where else? I'm trying to think, you guys. I've already been to Florida. Love to go to the Biltmore in North Carolina for Christmas as well. Me and my mom have talked about that a lot. But you just said the U.S., right? So I can't like say Italy or Amsterdam or anything like that. But I think that's pretty much it. The one place that has always been on my bucket list that I've always wanted to go is New York City. And then after that, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants pretty much. I'll go anywhere. So she also asked candy or chocolate. Definitely chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. I love everything chocolate. I love white chocolate. I don't really like dark chocolate. I love milk chocolate. I love anything chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. Hot tub or pool? This is a hard one because I love to swim. I love to swim. But I also like when my bones are aching and I need to go hit a hot tub like I've done recently, a hot tub can be nice too. I think a pool. I think I'm going to go with the pool though because I love to swim. Love it. I need to go swimming again, you guys. It's been a few weeks. Would you ever go on a cruise or have you ever? No, I've never been on a cruise. I honestly do not know because that kind of sets off my anxiety a little bit. Being on a ship in the middle of the ocean kind of sets off my anxiety a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Same with the airplane. I've never been on an airplane. And the way things have been in the world these days, I don't know if I ever will. But if it was something really special, like maybe a cruise going to Jamaica, I'd love to go to Jamaica one day. Maybe if I went with a good friend or somebody went with me. So I'm like, if I'm going to die, I'm not going to die alone. Okay. Soft serve ice cream or hand scooped. Definitely hand scooped. I don't really like soft serve. It melts too fast. Definitely hand scooped ice cream. Thank you for the questions, Swirly Bug. And thank you to Jeannie717 and Nobody's Wife ASMR for your questions. Okay, Leslie Sparkle. Have you ever seen any movies? Okay, have you seen any movies in the theater lately? No. All the movies that have come out have sucked. Like no good movies have come out recently. Because me and Jay talk about going to the movies all the time, and I'm like, well, maybe if we can find one that's actually worth spending our money over. We did go to a show at a local theater. It's called the Millwall. It's in Whitfield, Virginia, if you've ever been through Whitfield. I went on a Walk for Life for a Pregnancy Center, and we won tickets, but everybody else was working. So I immediately asked Jay. It was for 60s Motown, and we had the best time. That was so much fun. Kind of cheesy, but it was fun. Everybody was dancing, singing, and it was fun going with somebody that loved Motown just as much as me. Jay has great taste in music. And are you currently watching any shows? No, I read more than I watch TV. Like my mama is all about the latest good show. I did watch a documentary recently with her called Twister. The twister that hit, was it Minnesota? You guys, I went into that documentary. I had woken up early, and she had already watched it, and she was like, you have to watch this documentary with me. And going into it, I was like, I'm just going to get bored, and I'm just going to want to go and read. You guys, by the middle of that documentary, I was screaming. Wow. I definitely recommend it, but it's intense. It is nothing like Twister or Twisters or any of those Twister movies you have ever seen, because it was all real, and it was like, it's giving me goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It was intense. So go into it knowing how intense it is. Hold on, let me pause just 1 second. And I definitely recommend watching it with someone. Don't watch it alone. That's how intense it is. It's called Twister. There's something else after that, but look up Twister. It's on Netflix. Wow. It was heartbreakingly breathtaking. I cried. I prayed. I was like, oh Lord. Like the part where the twister comes through and there's people recording, so you're getting real time reactions to this twister, and it's insane. Insane. Whew. Okay, thank you for your question, Leslie Sparkle, or questions, Leslie Sparkle. The next one is from Cyber Cowgirl. She asks, can we see a walkthrough of your Bible? Of course. That's why I had to run downstairs and get, actually. Okay, so first, this is the cover that I bought at Myrtle Beach when I went for my birthday to spend my birthday with my niece. It says, he works all things for the good of those who love him. I love this. This was the last one. Oh, it also says on the back, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. And let's take the Bible out. I got this as a gift from my friend Paula. Gosh, was it a birthday gift? I think it was a birthday gift because I told her that I needed a new Bible. And this is the most beautiful Bible I've ever owned. So you guys can get a look. It's got nice big handwriting. It's got bookmarks. I'm actually studying Job right now. Job was actually the first book in the Bible that I studied, but I love it. It was my Bubba's favorite, and it's one of my favorites too. But you got 2 Kings. I love all the men in the Bible too, like Mark and Luke and John. Nehemiah. There's a few books I haven't studied yet, but Hosea. Bible. You guys, I will treasure this Bible forever. I got like a little bit of nail polish on it, and I was like, I need a cover for that Bible. And I ended up finding one when I went to Myrtle Beach for my birthday. The perfect one, too. I love this Bible so much. I study it every day, and I write in my journal every single day. Sorry. This King James Version as well. Deuteronomy, that's a good one. 1 Samuel. Oh, I love 1 Samuel. David and Goliath. That's one of my favorite stories in the Bible. Of course, it would be, right? But I love that story of David and Goliath. That's one of my favorite stories in the Bible. Let me try to think of other stories. Mary Bethany, the woman that anointed Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. That's my favorite book in the Bible, or favorite story in the Bible. David and Goliath, Daniel in the lion's den, the three Hebrew children that were put in the fire because they didn't want to, what is the word I'm looking for? Bow down to an idol because they knew that Jesus was real, and they didn't want to bow down or worship any other idol, so they were put in fire. And the Roman guard goes over there to check on them, and he says they're unscathed, and I can see a fourth person in the fire with them. It was Jesus. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, some stories in the Bible, it just gets me. It just gets me. I love that story. So I'm trying to 2222. There you go. Angel number. Oh gosh, I love my Bible, you guys. One of my favorite books of all time. Thank you, Cyber Girl, for your question. I hope I showed you enough of it. Maybe I'll do a video one day where it's centered on the Bible, and I can go through slowly and show you more, but I hope I showed you just enough. Okay, thank you for your question. The next question is from Wondering Planet. What is a hobby you wish you could do? Oh man, I wish I could crochet. I wish I could knit. I wish I had been taught by my grandmother to knit or crochet. Like, I've seen the blankets, especially when I worked at Goodwill, and I was like, somebody made that. I miss writing, you guys. The only writing I do these days is write in my journal, and people have told me, you write so well, Kelly. But I wouldn't know where to start, because people have told me you should write about your life, but I wouldn't know where to start. But I miss writing. I miss it. I think that's about it, though. I wish I could knit, crochet. I wish I could play guitar. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's why I get crushes on guitar players. David is a guitar player, and a damn good one too. Okay, stop it, Kelly. I wish I could play guitar. I always wished I could play guitar. I have 3 brothers that can play guitar, and I actually got a guitar for Christmas one year, but that was before YouTube, and I didn't have anybody around to show me. And it kind of just sat and gathered dust. It was a really nice guitar too. But I've been thinking about maybe getting a guitar one day and learning, because I would love to play guitar. Could you guys imagine me getting a guitar and realizing I can write my own music and be like Taylor Swift? I don't have a good singing voice though, not like her, but still. What's your favorite scent? Vanilla, strawberry. I showed you guys one of my favorite perfumes that I'm almost out of. It's strawberry pound cake from Bath and Body. I love this scent. I love any warm scents. I love strawberry pound cake. I even like lemon pound cake scent. Anything that's like a warm scent. I don't like scents that are really overbearing. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. Thank you, Wondering Planet, for your questions. Okay, Jay. Oh my goodness. He asked me a few questions. He cheated a little bit, but that's okay. We'll forgive him. Okay, his first question is, what is a conspiracy theory you low-key believe? And he doesn't know this about me, but I love conspiracy theories. So I wrote down 4 of them that I still believe to this day. 1, Khloe Kardashian is O.J. Simpson's daughter. I will never not believe that because I always felt like, what's her name? The mother of the Kardashians. See, I don't watch the Kardashians, but I know she had a good friendship with OJ's wife, who he murdered. I'll never not believe he didn't murder her. Is that a conspiracy theory? Nicole Simpson. Yeah, I'll never not believe he didn't murder her, but I kind of found it weird a little bit. Like maybe they had a 3-person thing going on, because when they mentioned that Khloe Kardashian might be O.J. Simpson's daughter, I saw the resemblance. She has always looked so much different than all her other sisters. So yeah. Number 2, Kurt Cobain was murdered by Courtney Love. Yes, I still to this day believe that. I believe she murdered him. I believe she wrote the suicide note. I believe everything. I went in deep with this conspiracy theory. Like, she murdered him. I don't know why, but I don't think he killed himself. And there's other celebrities that have died a certain way that I believe they were murdered. Second point, Liam Payne. Liam Payne, who fell 3 stories to his death. I will never not believe that he wasn't pushed. Like, the whole celebrity world is like insane. That was another theory I ran across, that all the celebrities are part of the Illuminati. That's actually pretty truthful. But yeah, Kurt Cobain was murdered. Number 3, P. Diddy killed Tupac and Biggie. Yes. Yeah. I think, during that time, they all 3 were getting really popular, and P. Diddy just got jealous and got a hitman to kill Tupac and Biggie because they were getting popular as well as him, and he just got somebody to kill them. I hate P. Diddy. I can't stand that man. He's in jail now, right? I haven't watched the news in so long, you guys, but yes, I believe P. Diddy killed Tupac and Biggie. And number 4, this one I'm kind of on the fence about. Actually, there's 2 more. Avril Lavigne was replaced in 2003. I grew up with Avril Lavigne, you guys. And in 2003, she dyed her hair blonde. And she looked like a totally different person. She didn't look the same at all. So when they started that theory that she was replaced, that she actually died and was replaced, yeah, kinda. And then also the theory that Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey. That's a pretty good damn conspiracy theory, because I looked into it and I was like, whoa. Told you I love conspiracy theories. Okay, what is something you've changed your mind about recently? I've always had this mindset, and I wish I didn't, that unless you have a man or unless you're in a romantic relationship, that you're unworthy of being loved. I have been so blind, you guys, because I look back to when I was with my ex and I was alienated from everyone that I loved. And now I am surrounded by people that love me. And until recently, all I could think about was David. I've had so many crushes since I moved here. David being the most serious one, but I'm just saying. I've changed my mind that I have to have a man to be happy. Because the love that surrounds me from Jay and all my friends at church, it fills that hole of not having already having somebody that, I'm married to and have kids with. It fills that hole. And I also changed my mind that God's love is not enough. I was kind of living that lifestyle, you guys. Stupid Nat. Sorry. That as much as I love God, that his love wasn't enough. But I realized recently his love is enough. And his love is all that matters to begin with. So, okay. If you could swap lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be and why? Oh my gosh. I know I'm going to sound like a hypocrite right now, but considering she was just so badass and she got to be married to Rhysand, I have to say Feyre from the Court of Thorns and Roses series. Just so I could get my hands on Rhysand. I know, I'm such a hypocrite, right? Any fictional character. I'm trying to think of other people that made a difference even though they were fictional. These girls in the book that I'm reading right now, I told you guys I'm reading that Baxter series. And I just wish I could swap lives with Ashley. She's one of the daughters. And she has this man that is completely devoted to her. But she was in a car accident where one of her friends died. And it totally changed her mindset of God. And so she's like, God's not real. And I don't deserve to be loved. She got pregnant by a married guy. And I just wish I could just switch places with her and open her eyes a little bit. But I think that's in the third book. So I will be patient with her. But, don't be blind, girl. Come on. Okay. The last question. What is your favorite video you've ever made and why? That is so easy, you guys. That's one of the easiest questions that I've answered so far. That is, if you'll look back, I think it was my What ASMR Means to Me video. If you guys remember her, Allie, ASMR by request. She doesn't make videos anymore. It's so sad. And she was having a little contest where people out in the community or just random people, if they made a video where they talked about what ASMR meant to them, that she would put our names in a little glass. It was like a fishbowl. And I wasn't expecting to win. She picked out 3 people. It was a complete fishbowl full of names. And I wasn't expecting to win. I wasn't. But I was one of the names when she picked my name out, Southern Belle Whisper. And she said, you can also mention like something that's important to you. And I just watched Stand Up to Cancer the night before. And so I told her, I said, when you mention me in the video coming up, I want you to mention Stand Up to Cancer. And you guys, get this. Her mother passed away from cancer. And she mentions it in the video. She said, I don't think Southern Belle knew, but my mother actually passed away from cancer. And that just meant the world to me, you guys. Like, I didn't feel like, oh man, I mentioned cancer and her mama passed away, because she just made it seem in the video like she just, she was like, it was like a little sculpture head. And she was doing with the makeup brush, like doing the dust off of it. She said it was a sculpture that her mom's friend had made of her before she passed away. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. So yes, that is my favorite video, was what ASMR meant to me. Okay, the next questions are for my niece Selena. Oh, thank you, Jay, so much. I love you. Thank you for your questions. What book and movie has had the biggest impact on your life, and why? Book. That is so hard. A book. The biggest impact on my life. Oh my gosh. The Hiding Place was really good. How they were in a concentration camp and they still had faith in God. Like, that was an amazing book. Also, Demon Copperhead. I read that book when I was with my ex, and it talked a lot about drugs and abuse and everything. I didn't realize at the time I was going through the same things. But I devoured that book. And of course, Harry Potter. Even though my mama thinks I mentioned it the other day because it was Harry Potter Day. And she was like, ah. And I was like, what? And she said, well, for one thing, have you ever seen how big those books are? That means you... Sorry. Go away. Go away. Sorry, Jasper's trying to get out the door. Of course you would. Of course. No. Go lay down. Hold on. Okay. But she was like, it's all fictional. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm a devoted Potterhead through and through. Through and through. Good boy. I love you. And movie, The Shack, you guys. That movie. I love that movie. I watched it again a few months ago, and it hit me the same way. It's a very religious movie. Me and my mama watched it in theaters when it came out. And it's just, if you've never seen it, it's got Sam Worthington in it, who is from Avatar. This man, his daughter is abducted and killed. And he is invited back to the shack where she was killed by Papa, and that's who his wife refers to God as Papa. And in the movie, it's three people considered the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Oh my gosh, you God, that movie. I remember going for my last tonsillectomy. I told you guys about this. I was going for my last tonsillectomy. Me and my mama were driving to Charleston, and she had a guidepost with her. She said, I got this guidepost today from when I went to the doctor, and it has Sam Worthington on the cover, and he talks about the shack and how it changed his life. And usually I do not like people reading to me when I'm driving, but I was like, okay, go ahead. Stupid gnat. Anyways. And then when we got to the hotel, I was still so nervous because I told you guys I was in a coma when I was 13. And I never had a tonsillectomy until I was 25. So I was really nervous. And it was 10 o'clock. And my mama was like, let's turn on the TV and maybe we can watch something. And as soon as I turned that TV on, the shack had just come on. And it was my sign from God that everything was going to be okay. So, I love that movie. What is your favorite ice cream? Rocky Road. I just got some the other day. Extra Rocky Road is what it was called. So it had like extra marshmallows and extra chocolate and extra almonds. And it was so good. So good. I love Rocky Road ice cream. I also love Moshi ice cream. Mama asked, what is your favorite love story? And she already knew. She gave me the answer. She was like, oh, I know what it is. That is Redeeming Love. Book form. Favorite love story. It's centered around Gomer and Hosea from the Bible. But I'm trying to think who's the woman and who's the man. She's a prostitute and she keeps going back to being a prostitute. And he keeps chasing her down and going back for her every single time. And I love Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. That is my favorite love story, my favorite love book of all time. I got a comment, I think the guy's name was Adam, who said that he doesn't usually read, but he said that he read Divine by Karen Kingsbury because I mentioned it. And he said how good it was, pretty much. I'm so glad. I think more people that are going through struggles right now need to read that book. So thank you. Thank you for taking a chance on that book because I mentioned it. Thank you. But yeah, my favorite love story is Redeeming Love. I'm also a big fan of Jack and Rose, even though Jack dies at the end. When I was, I think I've told you guys before, but since I've gained so many subscribers, my Bubba, the one that passed away, I was like 7 years old. We had just moved here, and we had gotten the VHS, you know, the 2-part VHS. And before the opening credits even started, I yelled, Jack dies at the end. Yeah. Whew. I bet my brother was so mad. So mad. But they make fun of me ever since that happened. Okay. Paula asks, how old were you when you first got your driver's license? I think I was 19. Believe it or not, for years I was afraid of driving because me and my father and my brothers got in a wreck with a tractor trailer one night. He was passing on the right side, and I don't do this that much to this day, but he was passing on the right side. We were coming home from a Christmas parade, and the tractor trailer came over on us, and we got damn lucky because that car was a 2-door, and it was a flea. And my brother saw the blinker on the tractor trailer. He was like, Dad, that tractor trailer's coming over on you. And my dad sped up, and if my brother hadn't said anything, if my dad hadn't sped up, we would have been dead. So since that accident, and I was also in an accident with a babysitter of mine. This is like a core memory. I was like 5, and my parents didn't know this about her, but she was an alcoholic. And we were living at the beach, and she had drank alcohol and got us on a golf cart and backed up, and a car hit us. That's like a core memory. A car hit us. So for years, I was afraid of driving. I love driving now, but if it hadn't been for my best friend, Danielle, at the time, she let me borrow her car to get my driver's license. First, I had to pass the test. I'm not good with tests, you guys. I'm not good with tests. I had to take the test 3 times. The written test. Yeah. But if it hadn't been for her, she gave me a card to use to get my driver's license, and I passed. And I've loved to drive ever since. I'm a very safe driver, too. What is one of your favorite childhood memories? Okay, to speak on Titanic, when I was 5, my mother had heard about Titanic from a friend at work, and we went to the IMAX. Me, her, and my brothers, who were 5 years old, so they were 10 years old. And this was at the IMAX in Myrtle Beach. And I remember sitting in that IMAX and watching that movie and just being completely amazed. I was obsessed with that movie. I had the tape that had My Heart Will Go On it. I did the Jack thing when they came over to watch it. I'm still obsessed with that movie. I love that movie. But that was a great memory. I remember on the part where he draws her, and there's pretty good amount of nudity in that scene. My brothers were like covering my eyes, and they were like snickering. You know how little boys do when they see a naked girl on film. But that was a great memory. That was awesome in IMAX. Hold on one second. I also went with my niece a few years ago to see it in 3D. That was amazing. Amazing. I would literally go see it again in 3D. That was amazing. Amazing. But yeah, that's one of my favorite childhood memories with my brothers. Thank you for your questions, Paula. I love you. Okay, the last question is from Cordy Chill. You guys be praying that my microphone worked. I realized in my past video that I made that my USB cord might be getting a run in it again because it does that little noise. So I'm hoping and praying that this microphone worked for this video. Okay, the last question is from Cordy Chill. She says chill. I love this question, and I love that I'm ending this video with this question. Do you have a favorite place to go and be with God and just pray whenever you want to? There are so many favorite places for me. Church, my room. I'll put some spiritual music on and write in my journal and pray. But my favorite place so far has been when I went to the creek that day, when me and my mama had been in a little fight, and God told me, he said, just go to the creek and sit by the creek for a little bit. It was so peaceful, and I felt like I could hear him better, like talking to me, because it was just so peaceful. It was just me and nature and God, and that's been my favorite place. Was down by the creek by myself with my feet in the water and the gurgling of the creek and the wind in the trees, and it was just me, him, and nature, and I loved it. I need to do it again sometime. Also to end this video, a lot of people have been asking how my interview went. It went great. But I've had like 4 calls for 4 different interviews, you guys. Like this week, has been overflowing with blessings. But there is one job in particular. When I went on that walk for life for that pregnancy center, they just opened the pregnancy center, and it's faith-based. And my pastor's wife told me they were looking for somebody to man the front desk, like an office assistant. But it's only part-time, and it's only 18 hours. But the lady emailed me and offered an interview. So I have an interview with her on Thursday. And I don't know, you guys, I've just felt this tug. Like, I love that it's faith-based, and I love pregnancy. I've never been pregnant, but I love other people that are pregnant. I love the glow that they have about them. And I can always get another job and work this job too. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I promise I will. But thank you guys again for subscribing to my channel. And thank you for all the love and your support. And here's to 1900 soon. All right. I love you guys. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.